So a couple of days ago, some new information was published about the upcoming live-action Netflix adaptation of Cowboy Bebop. And, of course, I had to check this out for myself. I honestly haven't been following every single nuance of the thing or waiting with bated breath, but I have had a slightly more than passing interest in where the series is at and what its current production state is. I think at one point the live action version was going to be a film, then it was decided that it was going to be a series, and I think the last thing I remember hearing was that some of the cast had been announced, most notably John Cho as Spike and Mustafa Shakir as Jet. Now it seems we're treated with some actual photos of the live action series, and I have to say, I have a whole lot of mixed feelings about this. And before you accuse me of just being some kind of Bebop anime stan, I want to point out that I'm usually never really happy with live action adaptations of an anime property. Specifically, anime adaptations that are turned into live action that come from Japan. 99% of them are just terrible. They can all burn in the dumpster they were spawned from. I also don't want to be that guy and point out the sheer horror show that was the Netflix adaptation of Death Note. And if you enjoyed that piece of trash, then I envy your ability to repress your gag reflex. One of the biggest issues I've always had with live action adaptations, especially when it comes to anime, is the cosplay factor. It's something that just always stands out to me. I don't know why. Most of the time, I'm fine with, the look of the characters, but more often than not, it feels like actors playing cosplay. I understand that anime characters have a look about them. They have a certain design, and that their wardrobe and their costume is part of what makes them who they are. But more often than not, it just sort of comes off as expensive Comic-Con swagger. There isn't a sense of the organic or the casual. I mean, are we going to see Spike Spiegel lounging around in boxers and a t-shirt? Is he always going to wear the iconic suit? Is he going to wake up in the morning and the suit's going to be there? Is he going to go to take a shower? The suit's going to be... I don't know. It's probably one of my biggest pet peeves, and I may not be alone in this, but I probably am. Anime characters very rarely change their clothes, and while it's one thing for a character to go days and weeks in a series with only one outfit, most people have more than one shirt or one pair of pants. So my first reaction to seeing the new photos of the live action adaptation is kind of mildly groan-inducing, and I say mildly because I also recognize that if they didn't look the part of the characters, then they would just be some random person, it'd just be John Cho as some dude, or random characters who just call themselves Spike or Jet or Faye. So I get it. I really do. But speaking of characters, I couldn't help but notice a definite lack of radical Ed. I know that Ed doesn't come into the show for several episodes, and while she's part of the crew, she really doesn't have that much in the way of screen time by comparison to the others. I mean, if you really added up all of the appearances that Ed makes in the 26-episode series, it's really not a lot. But for me, Edward is a deal breaker. I mean, I'm willing to accept a lot of creative license that I'm sure the series is going to take, but when it comes to Cowboy Bebop, Ed is the heart of the whole thing. In the entirety of the 26-episode series, my favorite two episodes are Toys in the Attic and Mushroom Samba. And Mushroom Samba is the quintessential Edward episode. Aside from that, I'm probably going to be way more picky about which person portrays Ed in the series. Edward isn't just iconic. She's legend, okay? She's the twisted genius that's kind of sort of a mixture between Captain Jack Sparrow and Dee Dee from Dexter's Lab. If you could meld those two personalities together and still have a functional genius, it's a role that I don't think just anyone will be able to perform correctly. According to the article on Deadline.com, the series is set to premiere November 19th, and to be honest, I'm very much on the fence as to whether I'll be watching it. My burn to satisfaction ratio has been kind of tilted greatly over the years, and I'm sort of over the belief that anime can be properly adapted. I really want to be proven wrong on this. I mean, I think that Battle Angel Alita, or Alita Battle Angel, however it's properly pronounced, was the biggest step in the right direction that we've had as far as a proper anime live action adaptation. But there were still a lot of things kind of lacking. There's still a lot of heavy criticism, and by and large, I feel like a majority of the fans just sort of accepted it as a thing. So, you know, I really want to be proven wrong on this, and I would really like nothing more than for the Netflix series to be amazing. But I'm long past holding my breath. I really hope that it works, and I really hope that it pays off. More than anything, I hope that if this is successful, that this will show that there is a market for live action adaptations that could be successful if done correctly. And that's more than anything. I think I want it to succeed more than I want it to fail. I'm just not going to hold my breath. I'm just not going to, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed, sure, but I'm going to hold my excitement until I actually see the thing. So what are your thoughts on the new Cowboy Bebop series? Do you think that Netflix is going to knock this one out of the ballpark, or will this just fuel more of the infamous Netflix adaptation memes? I'd love to get your opinions, so jump into the comments and let me know if you'll be diving in or opting out. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please be sure to hit that like button. And of course, if you are new, then be sure to subscribe for more. As always, have an amazing day. Keep being awesome. And I will see you all in the next video.